Let's quickly bring you the package from the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Anchor Borrowers Program in Kebbi State.
So Kebbi State is today known as our cradle of Anchor Borrowers Program in Nigeria. As an essential part of President Muhammadu Buhari's drive for economic diversification, the Anchor Borrowers Program has catalyzed Nigeria's rural economy and has transformed the perception of agriculture as a tool for economic empowerment to a sustainable income generating activity for our rural dwellers with significant potential for growth. From inception till date, we have financed 2,923,937 smallholder farmers, cultivating 3,647,643 hectares of land across 21 commodities through over 23 participating financial institutions in the entire 30 states of the Federation, including the FCT. Our experience over the last 5 years has led to significant improvement in the execution of this program. We have added several layers of control to improve on transparency and accountability amongst all stakeholders. And what you are witnessing today is a demonstration of the growth that has been attained in the country's agricultural space. It is important to note that we are still a far cry from attaining perfection, but the emerging results from the program reaffirms our belief in the potential inherent in our agricultural sector. We have said, since we are testing the beginning of the Anchor Borrowers Program, farming will become a profitable venture in Nigeria. And I am happy that today that all farmers, because of the guaranteed uptake of their produce, are all smiling to the banks. Under the 2020 wet season CBN refund partnership, we financed 221,450 farmers for the cultivation of 231,450 hectares in 32 states of the country. The Northwest Zone, with 85,261 farmers that cultivated 120,218 hectares of land, represents 38.5% in total number of farmers and 54.3% in total number of hectares financed. The massive pyramids we all see today is being launched as part of the harvest from these various fields, an important confirmation of the significant increase in domestic production of key staples in Nigeria. I'd like to add that repayment of loans is crucial to the sustainability of the program. And we are constantly engaging farmers to enhance their trust in this system by rewarding farmers with good repayment records, while facilitating an effective market linkage with millers for the uptake of their output. in support of the growth recorded in this drive to attain self-sufficiency in food production, and to moderate prices of agricultural commodities. Mr. President has approved the resuscitation of Nigeria's commodity exchange, and the CBN, in partnership with other stakeholders, will be committing at least 50 billion naira to this initiative. A vibrant commodity exchange will enhance post-harvest handling, guarantee effective pricing for farmers, minimize the adverse effect of middlemen, and ultimately transfer the gains from primary production to other nodes of the value chain. This symbolic event today is combined with the official flag off of input distribution for the 2020-2021 dry season rice farming in the Northwest Zone. The Anchor Borers program has continued to attract huge private sector investment in the areas of rice milling, as the installed capacity of integrated mills have more than doubled in the last 5 years. Hence, we need to increase production to provide enough paddy for these mills that are being set up. We're committed to financing 1 million hectares of rice farms over this dry season, with the plan of exploring 2 cycles of production within the dry season. We are partnering with the Rice Farmers Association and our partners in the private and prime anchors, the Ministry of Agriculture under the Food for Jobs initiatives, and other stakeholders to ensure the reactivation of this target. We have deepened our stakeholders' engagement to increase the arable land under cultivation and improve the productivity per hectare through the use of improved seed and agronomic practices. We have continued to engage security operatives and the state governors to improve on security nationwide, and will continue to work with all stakeholders towards providing an enabling environment. Now let me say this. Today, we are witnessing the harvest and sale of over 200,000 metric tons of paddy. This paddy will today be sold to over 18 rice mills that we have in Nigeria, out of the over 30 that we have. After Kebbi, we'll be going to Gombe. After Gombe, we'll go to Ekiti and also end this in Abuja, so that our people, our brethren in Abuja, can see that the president has succeeded.
On behalf of Mr. President, I want to congratulate all that I have for the achievements of the day. Because 5 years ago, Mr. President was here to commence the Anchor Borers program. On March 12 last year, Mr. President was in Argungu as part of the Argungu Fishing Festival, and he participated in the agri-fair component of the Argungu Fishing Festival. And at that fair were 2 pyramids organized and displayed by rice farmers. Today, as part of its loan repayment program scheme, the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria is displaying the riches and the successes and the gains of the last 5 years by this massive array of pyramids, which will hardly have ever been witnessed before in the country. This is a great testament to the journey so far.
Our gratitude goes to no other than to President Muhammadu Buhari for changing the narrative. Because if you come here, the last time we probably saw anything like this was in the great Kano Grand North Pyramid, as the former president of the Senate already made reference to. But now, it is the Rice Pyramid all across the length and breadth of our country. And we will not stop at just the Rice Pyramid. We will have Cassava Pyramid. We will have Millet Pyramid. We will have Sorghum Pyramid. We will have Yam Pyramid all over our country, because this is the greatest solution to build bridges of understanding rather than walls of hate in our country. So when anyone comes and says they cannot move food around, all of us must rally around to ensure that wherever they want to move the food to, in order to make it available to our people locally, governors, leaders must collectively rise up in unison in order to protect food producers and protect all Nigerians. Because for me, on behalf of all my colleagues in the Nigerian Governors Forum, who are the landowners all over our country, we have nothing else to demonstrate commitment than to support our farmers with every resource available to us in our various states. And that is the duty we owe Nigeria. But I must thank the Governor of Central Bank for the courage of his conviction. You know, central bankers are known to be conservative and narrow-minded. That is what central bankers are known for all over the world. They would rather worry about inflation and GDP than worry about the average citizen and HDI. But here we have one central banker who is ready to confront that orthodoxy in the interest of the people of our country. Because if he is too risk averse, he will not get involved in this kind of program. He will run away from it and focus on reducing inflation and improving GDP. And you improve GDP without improving the people. It is possible. We have seen it in this country. When we had GDP of 7%, 6%, but then the ordinary Nigerians did not feel the impact of this GDP. So I want to particularly commend Governor Godwin Emefiele, the governor that we refer to in the Governors Forum as the real governor, the governor with money, for really the president has made a statement that we must feed ourselves. We are tired of taking our raw money to go to foreign countries to import what they call foreign rice. But we, the farmers, we need that it's a foreign disease. We used to take our money to Thailand, to India, to China, to import the rice that was stayed over 10 years under a humid environment and being sprayed almost every quarter, every 3 months. They spray it with chemicals, preservatives, for 5, 6, 7, up to 10 years. And that is what they bring into the country in the name of rice. And because it is shiny, our women doesn't even wash it when they bring it from the bag. They take it straight to the pot, put fire on it, all the residual chemicals will come up, and that is what we are eating, and we are saying we are eating foreign rice. Why do we eat foreign disease? But thank God, God has given us President Muhammadu Buhari,
who said we must produce what we eat. And today, by mere seeing this pyramid, you know that Nigeria has answered that call. And we are producing what we are eating, and we are eating fresh from farm to rice mill to final consumer and to the port. Because of these two people that are sitting here, the governor of Kebbi State and the governor of Central Bank, you can see that we have pyramids here. Instead of the one that we started, you can see it's pyramid. They have supported us to continue to practicalize the statement of Mr. President.
And other members of the House of Representatives who have not been able to join us for this ceremony, to say a big thank you to each and every one of you who has found it convenient to leave your tight schedule to be with us today in our determination to exhibit to this country that we possess the capacity not only to feed Nigeria, but to feed even our neighbors in the West African sub-region. And for finding time to be with us, we say a very big thank you. May I equally, on behalf of distinguished Senator Aleru and Senator Yahaya, welcome our brother and friend from the Senate of the Republic of Benin for being with us in this gathering. And in conclusion, let me equally say that the Syrian governor is not only right that we possess the capacity to give to this country. Maybe you may consider diversifying in giving us loan to produce enough cows for you, to produce enough goats for you, to produce enough rounds that we possess the capacity to even export to Saudi Arabia on an annual basis. I'm sure every state is so endowed with a lot of human and natural resources, with capacity and zeal to contribute our quota to the development of this country.
What we're trying to achieve is to show Nigerians that indeed agriculture has come to stay and is quite profitable. The central bank's mandate, key mandate, one is of price stability. So the more output that we produce as a country, the more it goes into ensuring that prices are stable. Started in Niger, you can see the pyramids here. From here we're going to Gombe and also to Ekiti, and then we'll end up in Abuja. Productivity in agriculture has always been a key issue, and the central bank recognizes that. And that is why for the dry season program this year, we're doing 2 cycles. It's never been done in the country before. The first cycle has almost been harvested, and we'll go into another cycle before we embark on the wet season. We're targeting 1 million hectares. It's never been done before, and that will yield us almost 4 million metric tons of rice paddy available to the various mills in the country to mill into rice. I'm sure you must have listened to the Governor Emefiele's speech, and the myriad of things that we're doing. We're looking at how we can improve yield. Yield is the biggest problem, like I talked about productivity. So this year, high yield seeds, wheat for example, we're trying to look at how we can cut down input by 50% imports into the country. So high yield seeds, better planning with availability of fertilizers quickly, and also looking at how we can even produce some of the local things like water pump. We're working with the research agencies, in-house. So the myriad of things that we're doing to try and cut down essentially cost of imports, availability of fertilizer, timeliness. It's also a very good thing that Dangote's plant is coming on stream. We're going to be working with him as the central bank to look at how we can get those fertilizers quickly to the farmers, and that will also ultimately contribute to input. The more output you get for the farmer, the more better he sells those products and better productivity overall.